Hi, Stoughton. This is Steve Cavey, Select Board Member for the Town of Stoughton, also the Vice Chair. Today is February 9th, 2021, and I wanted to give you an update on our meeting tonight. First, before I do, I just want to remind people in the description you can find some useful links. There's a link to the agendas, the minutes when they become available. There's a link to the full video, which you can find via SMAC. And then there's also a link to an anonymous suggestion box. If there's anything you want to share with me, but you want to keep your identity to yourself, feel free to leave a message there. And if you don't mind sharing your identity, you can also go to the town website. My phone number is on there, as well as my email. So feel free to reach out. Also on Facebook, there's whatever you need to do. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, feel free to reach out. So I am going to go through this kind of quick. It was actually a very long meeting, but I'm spent, and I don't know if I'll make it to the end of it. So I'm going to have to move through it a little bit quickly. Start with the fundamental stuff, right? We had citizen comments. I don't think we had any update. Select board comments, we had a few. This is at the beginning of the meeting, and I recommend watching those if you're interested in the comments. But the next item was Stoughton Redevelopment Authority Urban Renewal Plan. This was a presentation by members of the Stoughton Redevelopment Authority. Pam Carr, who is the vice chair, presented. I know Mark Zamanian was also there. He's a member of that board, and I don't know if anybody else was, but certainly those two arrived, and they gave us an update on the progress being made for an urban renewal plan that focuses on the downtown. We had a public hearing next, which was an application for a common victualers license. This is with regard to the Jersey Mike's that is just opened up in town on 421 Washington Street. So we went through that public hearing, and at the end of the day, welcomed a new member of Stoughton businesses. Looking forward to it. I haven't eaten there before, so I'll give them a try. I hear good things. This was taken slightly out of order, but we next actually had the manager comments. They typically happen earlier in the meeting, but it was a little bit later on. And I'm trying to recall it. My memory's faded. But there were she did provide some comments that I think would be useful to check out if you're interested. The key one I think had to do with there being openings for if people are looking to get vaccinated, as seniors especially, to contact the town to get on our list. There are openings available at Gillette, also something to look out for. And the other comment that she raised was with regard to town meeting. In the past, you normally would have to walk around getting signatures, and given COVID-19, also there's not also there's an interest in making sure that the people who want to participate in town meeting or run don't feel like they can't do it because they are afraid for their health. So she's organizing a signing event that's taking place tomorrow. So if it's something that you're interested in, I think they are going to be putting out the people's nomination papers, and anybody who wants to come down and sign can come down to Town Hall and sign. Okay, then we had Veterans Memorial Squares. This project that the town manager is working on, along with Select Board Member Joe McCrisky. And I know they're making progress on that, but there's just an update. There's town clerk's appointment. As I've mentioned before, I've recused myself from all items related to the town manager search. I know that there are a number of applications that have come in, and they're just working through the screening committee, and there's going to be some interviews with the screening committee, and then eventually the rest of the select board will get a list of candidates. So that was that. Annual town meeting 2021, discussion of any items related to warrant articles. Really, in this case, this is also budget, anything annual town meeting related. And the good news is that with many thanks to the school committee, the school superintendent, there was a request that they put in for some equipment a couple of years ago, or a year ago or so, for some security equipment for the new high school. This was going to be paid for using free cash, and they were able to get a grant to cover those expenses. So that money can revert back to free cash, and that gets us almost all the way out of our deficit for this coming budget cycle. I think it's going to be presented to FinCom tomorrow. The town manager reported all this during our meeting, and between that and some additional money that the municipalities found, it looks like we're within spitting distance, and there's a very good chance that we're going to be able to close this out very soon, in the next couple of days, and have a balanced budget. So I'm extremely happy about that. I know it's a lot of hard work from everybody, and I really have to share with you my sincere appreciation for the work that the school committee has done, and that Dr. Marcus has done as superintendent. That takes a huge burden off of everyone else, and I think they really deserve a lot of credit for our current financial situation, and the positive financial situation we found ourselves in with a balanced budget. That is very much because of them. So thank you for that. So the last item, also speaking of the schools, a discussion of South School Statement of Interest. So as we know, the schools are pursuing some grant money from the MSBA to help fund the building or renovations. I think it's relatively open what could happen, and I don't know if they've ever gotten that far along, but just to certainly improve the circumstances for the students going to the South School, either with a new school or with massive renovations. So we are not yet at a point where I think a statement of interest is required, but there is an interest among the select board that we draft a letter. I'll be drafting it and sharing the select board's support for this project and for the school committee and for the school superintendent as they pursue this program. So I'll be bringing that to the rest of the board next week. We can discuss it then and tweak it however is necessary. Sign it, send it off, because I hope I think they deserve documentation of our support, so that they can feel assured that we are behind them 100%. So now the last item of the open session was the consent agenda. 3 items: payroll, bill warrants, and any other documents to come before the meeting. To approve schedule of maximum useful life for equipment by the various town departments for borrowing purposes. And last, approve open session minutes of January 26th, 2021. That passed unanimously. Finally, we had 4 items in executive session. I'm going to read through these. As I mentioned in the past, I can't discuss them, but I can certainly read what's on the agenda. Item A. Consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A6, 31 Porter Street, Post Office Site. Item B. Discuss strategy with respect to negotiations with respect to litigation pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, McGowan versus McNulty lawsuit. Item C, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with the Police Supervisors Union pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3. And finally, item D, approve executive session minutes of February 2nd, 2021. I made it through it all without falling asleep. So that's great. I appreciate you guys trusting me with this role on the select board. It's a wonderful experience. I hope you'll have me back. But just know that I thank you for this opportunity, and anything you need, let me know. Be well, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy, please. Take care, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.